Hello, everybody. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome to, you know what? I'm going to put this down just a tad. You can hear my husband in my head now telling me that my head isn't in the frame right. There we go. All right. So, welcome to month 2, week 2 of Planning for Peace. So, hopefully, you are using our Planning for Peace journal. I know it's mirrored for you, but it says Planning for Peace, I promise. Last week, we went ahead and had you get started on your layout for the whole year and sort of what that looks like. And a couple of people asked me what that looks like for me, and so I posted it in the thread of the other video. And I'm happy to post it also in just the regular discussion thread here on the group. I also want you to know that it's great that we've sort of provided extra pages for you on the website for if you go into the course for the journal. So if you want to do a rough draft first and then come back and do this, then you can. And I'm sort of laughing at myself because just over the weekend ours sort of changed a little bit. So while I have our sample done, I'm going to redo our sample because it's not accurate anymore. And actually the sample will then end up being the actual. So you should have been working on this week, working on sort of planning out your whole year, getting the big bare bones of it, the big overview started. So that would be, again, anything, these squares are for anything that affects your school year. So birthdays, vacations. On ours, I listed the title calendar, so when the tide is low, because we go to the tide pools a lot, and we like to bug off school sometimes to go do that because we're learning down there. So I wanted to make sure that I put those all on there so that I had a heads up when I was working on our lesson blocks for that. So anything like that maybe will have some sort of effect on how you're doing school. And again, some moms, their cycles they really struggle with their cycles. So try to chart out and sort of look a little bit at where you might be. And that might be really helpful too. Or at least if you can't do it on the big picture, because I know that's kind of far in advance, then at least be keeping that in mind when you then shift to the monthly planning. So you're still working on this week. You're still working on this. I want you to keep doing that. I want you to take your time to do it so that you do a good job and you really think about it. Like I said, I started mine and then I was like, oh, wait a minute, we need to change some things around. And so it's okay to have to adjust this. That's why we give you the time frame to do it in. And so I want you to be doing that. That also means you should be reading. If you've purchased a pre-done curriculum like ours or one of our competitors' curriculum, you need to be reading it, like all of it from the beginning, from page 1 all the way through right now. That's your job right now, is to be reading it through. So, I like to read it through once just to get the content, and then I would recommend reading it through again with your Post-it notes handy so that you can, or your Post-it flags handy so that you can flag things or make notes and stuff, so that then you know what you need to go back to maybe refine or learn more about, or hey, I'm really good at this, but I think I'm going to struggle with this, or this is going to be a challenge, so I think I better make sure that I make a note about that. So you should be doing that. That should be your, when that time in the morning when you're getting up before your kids, that's what you're doing. You're working on on these things. This is that planning time. So I want you to continue to work on that. That's your ongoing assignment right now. We're going to check in again next week. I'm hoping by next week everybody at least has a rough draft of their year done and sort of laid out. And even if you don't have where all your blocks are going to be for all your